Hey everyone, welcome back to English Fluent Talk. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and join our community, where we dive deep into improving our communication skills and understanding life in a more meaningful way. But today, we're going to talk about something that's often overlooked in the hustle and bustle of life: self-care and the importance of setting boundaries. Especially when it feels like the world only notices you when you're at your breaking point. In our fast-paced world, many of us find ourselves constantly pushing, striving, and giving more of ourselves than we probably should. And let's be honest, most of us don't truly stop to think about the toll it's taking on our mental, physical, and emotional well-being until it's too late. So let me ask you this. When was the last time you put yourself first? When did you last say no to a request, even though you wanted to help, simply because you knew it would harm your well-being? It's easy to overlook the warning signs of burnout, but if we don't protect ourselves first, we can't give our best to anyone else, including ourselves. Today, I'm going to share with you why nobody really notices you until you hit that breaking point, and why it's crucial to prioritize self-care before you burn out. I'll break it down into 7 sections that will help you understand the problem, the warning signs, and, most importantly, how to protect yourself from reaching that point of exhaustion. Let's dive in. 1. The problem of burnout. Burnout is something many people experience at one point or another in their lives. It's that feeling of complete exhaustion mentally, physically, emotionally. It happens when you've been stretched too thin for too long, and it's not just about working long hours or handling stressful situations. It's about constantly pouring from an empty cup. For many people, the issue isn't the work itself, but the lack of recognition, support, and rest they get while they're giving their all. And here's the thing: nobody really cares about your well-being until you break down. Think about it. When you push through every deadline, every responsibility, every task without showing signs of slowing down, people don't notice. They assume you're fine. The moment you hit your limit, that's when everyone starts to notice you've been struggling. But by then, it may be too late. You're burnt out, emotionally drained, and possibly even resentful of how much you gave without receiving the care and recognition you deserve. In society, there's this culture of always doing more, of constantly being busy, and it's easy to lose sight of the fact that you're not a machine. You're a human being. And if you continue running on empty, burnout is inevitable. 2. The hidden cost of ignoring your needs. The reason we don't notice burnout until it's too late is because the signs are often subtle at first. Maybe it starts with a little fatigue or frustration, or maybe you notice yourself snapping at people more than usual. But instead of acknowledging that something's wrong, we ignore it. We keep pushing forward, telling ourselves, it's just a phase, or I'll rest when it's over. But here's the thing. Ignoring your own needs comes with a hidden cost. The longer you ignore those small signs of stress, the worse it becomes. Your energy levels dip, your focus wanes, and eventually, your overall performance starts to suffer. You might even start to question why you're feeling this way, wondering if you're just not cut out for the things you're doing. But the truth is, it's not about your abilities, it's about the toll you've taken by neglecting your own well-being. And the sad part? Even when you reach that point of exhaustion, people might still expect more from you. They might say things like, "You're so capable, can you handle one more thing?" But what they don't see is the underlying exhaustion and the mental strain that comes with constantly giving without receiving. 3. The importance of setting boundaries. One of the most effective ways to protect yourself from burnout is by setting boundaries. It's not always easy, especially if you're the type of person who loves to help others or feels guilty saying no. But here's the truth. If you don't set boundaries, you'll never protect your time, energy, or mental health. Boundaries are not just about saying no to others. They're about saying yes to yourself. Boundaries help you create the space you need to recharge, reflect, and regain your strength. They help you manage your workload, control your environment, and protect your peace. Without boundaries, you risk giving away all your energy to others, leaving nothing for yourself. So, how do you start setting boundaries? It begins with being honest about your limits and recognizing that saying no doesn't make you a bad persona, it makes you a person who values their well-being. Don't be afraid to communicate your needs. And remember, it's okay to walk away from situations or people that drain you. The power of saying no. One of the hardest parts of setting boundaries is learning how to say no. But saying no is one of the most powerful tools you have when it comes to protecting yourself. Saying no doesn't mean you're rejecting others, it means you're choosing to protect your own peace, time, and energy. There's this misconception that saying no is rude or selfish, but the reality is that saying yes to everything can actually harm both you and the people around you. By overextending yourself, you might find that you're not able to give your best effort, which can lead to resentment and frustration. So, start practicing the art of saying no. Whether it's declining an invitation to an event, turning down a work project, or refusing a request from a friend, it's important to prioritize your own needs and not feel guilty about it. Remember, you can't pour from an empty cup. 5. Recognizing the signs of burnout. To prevent burnout, it's important to recognize the early signs before it's too late. Some of the common signs include chronic fatigue, feeling constantly tired, even after a full night's sleep. Irritability, getting frustrated or snapping at people for no apparent reason. Decreased performance, struggling to concentrate, make decisions, or complete tasks. Physical symptoms, headaches, muscle tension, digestive problems, or sleep issues. Lack of motivation, feeling indifferent or uninspired by things you used to enjoy. When you notice these signs, don't brush them off. Take a step back and assess what's going on in your life. Are you overworked? Are you neglecting your self-care? Are you constantly giving without receiving? These are all signs that you need to slow down and prioritize your well-being. 6. Strategies for preventing burnout. Now that you understand the importance of protecting yourself, it's time to talk about some strategies you can use to prevent burnout in the first place. Self-care routines. Make time for activities that recharge you, whether that's reading, meditating, exercising, or spending time with loved ones. Rest and recovery. Never underestimate the power of rest. Sleep is essential for mental and physical health, so prioritize it. Time management. Plan your day to avoid overwhelming yourself. Break down tasks into manageable chunks and focus on one thing at a time. Delegate. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Delegate tasks when possible to lighten your load. Seek support. Surround yourself with people who uplift you. Talk to friends, family, or a therapist when you're feeling overwhelmed. 7. The importance of putting yourself first. At the end of the day, the most important thing you can do is put yourself first. We're so used to being told that we should help others, do more, and give everything we have, but the reality is that we can't keep doing that unless we take care of ourselves. Self-care is not a luxury, it's a necessity. It's okay to step back, say no, and take a break when you need it. Your health and well-being should always come first. Remember, you are your greatest asset, and if you don't protect yourself, you'll eventually burn out. It's also crucial to recognize that self-care is an ongoing process. Prioritize your mental health, your physical well-being, and your emotional peace every day, not just when you're on the verge of burnout. Life is about balance, and maintaining that balance is a continuous journey. When you put yourself first, you're setting a standard for others to respect your boundaries and care for themselves too. Final thoughts. To wrap things up, it's essential to remember that your worth isn't defined by how much you give or how much you do. You don't have to wait until you burn out to prioritize your well-being. Start today by recognizing the signs, setting boundaries, and learning to say no. Protecting yourself doesn't make you selfish, it makes you smart. Take control of your life before burnout controls you. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit the like button, share it with someone who might need to hear this, and subscribe for more content. You deserve to live a life where you feel balanced, healthy, and at peace. And it all starts with protecting yourself first. Keep taking care of yourself, and remember, you're worth it. Thank you for watching the video. Good luck.